Hello and welcome to Coaching Think Talk. I am Life Coach Shaun De the man from Pasig City, from Life Coach Philippines, and this is Coaching for Inspired Fidelity. And these coaching conversations are for people, are for men out there who wants to walk an inspired fidelity. And my mission is to be able to empower men to be mentally fit so that they can stay inspired to live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Thank you for joining me live today, and please leave your digital footprints by letting us know where you are presently located as of this very moment, this afternoon. Please do tag your friends and circulate this video, and let's help more people. Reach out more people in there, especially for the men out there. I'm tapping all of the men, all of the dads out there. Tapping them, have them join in. Let's have a conversation, and I'm gonna share to you something special today. It's something that I'm working on. I've been working on for the longest time, for the last 3.5 years, more than 3 years of my life. When I became a certified life coach, I started working on this, and I want to be able to share to you, especially for the men out there, for the father of the house, for the men of the house. Come and join me. You may also give them a shout out in there. Give them some inspiring message. For the men out there, especially, they do give all of their best for them to be able to put food in the table, have a safe space for their children and their family and their loved ones. And sometimes it can be tiring, can be exhausting, and being able to have that message in there that just allows them to get energized makes it very, very wonderful and heartwarming. If you are watching this on a replay, please do comment in there hashtag replay. I am streaming by a FB page of Life Coach Philippines and YouTube channel Coach AI-Connect. If you are new to the platform, please like, follow, and subscribe us. Follow, subscribe, add more people in there, because the more that you follow, the more that you subscribe, the more that we're able to influence people, the more that we're able to reach people, the more that we're able to help people in the digital space. All right? If this is the first time you're meeting me, if this is the first time that you're seeing my face, this is the first time that we're meeting each other. I am a professional certified co-actively co-create life coach, and I'm also a certified mental health coach. And in my professional life, I'm a call center executive for one of the Fortune 500 companies that's offering global services and consultancy work. And I focus in the area of workforce management. And for those of you who are familiar in the call center industry, workforce management, it's the art and science of putting the right people at the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. So we manage end to end, the end to end business, from forecasting, from financials, from capacity planning, scheduling, real time management execution, then reporting. Those are the things that we do, and the end to end operation of a contact center and an inbound center. I've been in the contact center industry for more than 14 years now. For most of my career, I've been in a leadership role and handling teams, multiple teams, handling small and big number of projects, from 4,000 FTEs to 100 FTEs to 5 FTEs. So I've handled a lot of different projects in my lifetime and in my career. In my personal life, I'm married. I am a family man. You see in there. Been married for 19 years with Coach Tin. You see her every Monday here at Life Coach Philippines, and you also see her during 7 p.m. inside Life Coach Corner. If you are looking for support, especially for you're a woman in there, you're looking for something different in your relationship, have her join her Monday at 4 p.m. Yeah, Monday at 4 p.m. for relationship. If you're someone who wants to develop your relationship with your spouse, with yourself, with other people, with your children, message her. She's there. Tin Hoya, yan. That's her in there. And we have two kids. We've been blessed with two kids. They are now teenagers. My daughter is the eldest. She's an animator and an entrepreneur. So if you're looking for someone who you're looking for someone who wants to animate yourself or do some works in the digital space, let her know. Message us. We'll be happy to support you in that space. And my son, he's 16, is on his way to becoming an influencer in the automotive industry. He's working towards being an entrepreneur and eventually doing some of the automotive industry work in there. So we're looking forward to that. And one of the biggest success reasons for them and why I share it to you, because life coaching has allowed us to help them find what their purpose is, what they wanted to do in life, what they want to achieve in their life. I was raised in an environment in which the way that we were raised is we need to find a good grades, have a good grades, find a good school, have a good grade, find a good job, get promoted, buy a house, buy a car, have a business, retire, and that's it. So it's mostly focused on corporate work and then being an employee. And the way that we wanted to teach our children is to change that for them to be entrepreneurs, for them to be risk takers, for them to take risks so that they can do more, they can give more, they can, give all of their values to the people that needs the value that they have. And I'm proud to say that we are a family of creators and game changers. So welcome to the space. Today I'm going to talk to you about befriending emotions. Befriending emotions is something that I have worked on, and I wanted to share to you this quote. But before I do that, I would just like to acknowledge all of those who's watching. If you are online, maraming salamat for joining me. If you are just constantly watching us and joining us, it's okay. But for those of you, if you want to share your insights, please utilize the comment section below. It's a wonderful feeling. Every time I go into this session, I'm able to read all of your comments, and I'm able to reflect as well on where am I at right now, how are things doing. So you learn, and the other people as well in the space is also learning in the process. You're able to enjoy that. So you have also master coaches mean there. Coach Orville, thank you very much for joining, and Coach Nords who are in the space. All right. So Lawrence J. Peters said that speak when you are angry, and you'll make the best speech you'll ever regret. So when was the last time did you have this speech? When I say speech, it's not being in the entablado, if you know it, being in the stage or being in a presentation, but more of having a conversation with someone. Then suddenly you have this certain urge of emotions, and you tell something that's not good. And afterwards, you reflected on it and you felt bad. You felt bad about the things that you've said, about the things that you've done, about things that you took action. And sometimes the emotion these actions or these words that we use sometimes can be intentional, sometimes it can be intentional. But how was the feeling like? How was the feeling like when you shared something, when you spoke something, when you were angry, and what was the end result? If you are like me, I have those moments. But I remember back then when I was just starting up in the corporate world, starting my career, there was one instance that I was so angry that I said something to a worker, a coworker, because that person was not delivering what was expected of the person. And eventually I said something, and afterwards, I felt angry about it because that I expected the person to be able to take accountability, but the person didn't take up accountability. They blamed other people for that, and I was so angry at it. I blurted out. I said a lot of different things, and afterwards, when I was going home and was reflecting on the situation, I regretted being able to say that speech, because I felt that my emotion took over rather than me utilizing my emotions to be able to understand where is the anger coming from, where is the irritation coming from, where is this, being in a discomforting mode or this comforting space that I responded in that way. And that took a little bit of time. Was not me being a life coach yet, so I didn't know. For men out there, we tend to keep all of these emotions for ourselves because people would not. We feel that people would not understand us, and at times when we share it with other people would just reject us. That hey, they would say that hey, that's the right thing to do, and so on, rather than asking and processing, allowing you to process your thoughts, the behaviors that you had, and the voice and the words that you said to the other person. Now, in the workplace, one study indicated that 73% of workers express a feeling of anger in the workplace, but only 19% express the feeling of joy. So it's not frequent that people experience, these feelings in the workplace. Now, if I reflect on going back at home, how much joy for you as a man or you as a human being do you share to that space? Is it more that you have this tiny bit of irritation when your children or someone, does something that you expect that they should be doing, but they're not doing it, and you get angry, you get frustrated, you get irritated, rather than helping the person, having the joy to help the person process the experience, process the emotions, process the actions, process the things that they have done. I've As a father, I've created an environment before in which it's a little bit hostile. Hostile in a sense because the children need to do the right things so that it's a carrot and stick environment. And where is this coming from? This came from, of course, my upbringing and how my parents have raised me, and it's also seen in the corporate world and in the workplace. And the less joy that you show at home and even at the work, less joy at work, the less joy that you will share at home. They say that whatever problems you have at home, you leave that at home when you go to work. You leave that out of the door. And I have that mindset as well. And then I was actually telling myself that why did I think that way in the first place? Because your work and your life are integrated. They're not separate. You cannot, leave whatever emotions that you have at home and expect that you will be okay at work. And the same goes vice versa when things are not working out in the workplace, when you go home, that you will leave everything in the workplace. That's not it, because we're human beings. All of these things are intertwined. And the more that we're able to respond to this in a positive way, the more that we were able to enjoy our relationship. Anger can be powerfully constructive or it can be powerfully destructive. So think about the most recent, emotion that you have with anger. Was it a constructive response or was it a destructive response? And people might think that being destructive, that you're going to throw stops at home and so on. No. The simple words that we say changes the ecology of the household and the way people are living in it. And not a lot of people take time to really pause and reflect on what they're really angry about. Where is this emotion coming from? You know, they react on it rather than act on it. I believe that anger is not a bad emotion. People would say that when you're angry, it's a bad thing. I don't believe that. For me, anger is a reminder that there is something wrong. There's something to be resolved. There's something to be, it's a prompt for you to stop and make an assessment of how you're feeling and the environment that you are in. It's about prompting you to be intentional on your next response. Because anger is not a random occurring event. It has patterns. You have pattern. I have pattern. And it has governing rules on how it's triggered. So the more that we're able to understand this, the better it is for us to respond in a proactive and positive way, or active and positive way. Now, Coach Tina said, it is always we see even in leaders. Yeah, yeah. Anger is part of it, especially the faces. I agree. So what I'm going to share to you in the next slide is the principles of emotional intelligence. And why am I teaching you this? In the workplace, emotional intelligence is something that is not being taught intentionally. People say, talk about emotional intelligence this, emotional intelligence that. People should need to learn from themselves and what have you. But the reality is they don't really learn from themselves. And the more that we're able to understand the principles of emotional intelligence and how it affects us and how it affects our day-to-day activities, the more that we're able to be more intentional about the way you respond. So there are three principles of emotional intelligence. Number one, on the top part, is emotions are information. Whatever emotions that you have right now, whatever experience that you have right now, maybe later, maybe a while ago, you talked to someone and you got angry, you had irritated, you experienced joy, you experienced warmth, you experienced, a sudden burst of serenity or trust. That is an information. And information contains data. Information, their emotion, when it has data, it's not chaotic and it's not random. It's not. I tell you, you have patterns. It's a trigger for us to think before we act. Emotions are a trigger to think before we act. And also, emotions prepares us to take action. So we can focus and we can cope with whatever emotions we have. Emotions provide us data about our relationship and other people around us. Number two principle is ignoring our emotions rarely works. It rarely works. I'm not sure if you've experienced that. I've experienced that multiple times. Tend to ignore my emotions because as men, we need to be able to be solving our own problems. And suppressing our emotions removes the human in us. And I've experienced this. I experienced like for all I can reflect on for most of my interaction, it's like being a robot because it's 1 and 0. Young Coach Orville is there. It's 1 and 0. Like you respond at this happens, you respond like that. This happened, you respond like this, and so on and so forth. So it removes the human aspect of us when we don't acknowledge, we're not aware of our emotions. While anger is mostly, what we express, there's also joy in our experience. So sometimes we experience anger, but we tend to forget that there is joy in there as well as we learn. Number three, principle of emotional intelligence is effective decision making involves emotions. If you want to be able to decide properly, if you want to be able to decide, factoring in every aspect of the human being, then emotions is something that you can use. Do not block your emotions. Do not block your emotions. Factor that in any decision making that you will do so that when you make a decision in the future, it allows you to take a look at things in every perspective that you can see, because emotions are created for a reason. Emotions are created for us not to just follow our mind, but to follow our heart and our gut, because emotions provide us focus. It provides us focus so that we can see the bigger picture, and it allows us to understand and decide how to move forward. When we are taking a look at our emotions, it matters in the way we live and we work. And I'm going to share to you an emotional roadmap that you can start creating. If you want to be able to live a more meaningful and fulfilling life, we must learn to identify the data in our feelings. And being able to create this roadmap allows us to make better decisions in the way that we live. When we're starting to map all of these things that we feel, I'm gonna sh- I'm gonna share to you these four related abilities that you can use. The first ability when you start creating the emotional roadmap is the ability to read and identify emotions. Like what Spider-Man is doing in there, he is reading, understanding what his emotion is. And the next is the ability to choose the best positive response. You know, you are able to set the right mood for yourself, for the space that you're in, so that you can be able to have a motivating experience for yourself and other people. The fourth is the ability to be able to predict the flow of your emotions. Like you will know what is next. Is it going to be an experience of anger? Is it first irritation? Then it moves to anger. Then it moves to rage. Then it moves to guilt. What is the emotions? Because when you're able to predict whatever would be the next, because of your understanding your pattern, then you would move towards the fourth, which is the ability to manage your emotions. When you're able to manage to see the data, your patterns, you're able to respond in a positive way. So the emotional roadmap is something that we all need to do. And 3.5 years of being a life coach, I've realized that we are people of habits. We have certain habits that we follow. We have certain habits that we've established. We have certain habits that we use. And the more that we're able to understand all of these habits, the better it is for us to be able to, you know, have better relationship with other people, have better relationship with our parents, have better relationship with our children, have better relationship with our spouse, and also have better relationship with myself. What I'm going to teach you in the next slide is a three steps process to manage emotions. Maybe you're someone who's struggling right now to understanding how your emotions is responding, how your emotions is affecting relationship, how your emotions is affecting the way you live your life. And this three steps process to manage emotions, I tell you, when you master this, life can be so much better. I tell you, it's so much better, so much peaceful, and you have the freedom to be able to enjoy the experiences, to enjoy the relationship, rather than being in a space in which you're irritated, you're angry, you're resentful, you know you feel rage. And when you're all alone, you feel this lonely feeling that you would hope that you didn't done all of what you've said or what you did. So the three-step process to manage your emotions first starts with awareness. And I've taught you on the previous slides. If you were watching this right now, watching this on replay, go replay this video and get the insights in there. The first is awareness. Be aware of your emotions. Be aware of your triggers. Be aware of why you're feeling that way. Because the more that you're able to raise this awareness, the more it prompts you to stop and make an assessment and make an inventory. The next is acknowledge. Acknowledge that it's part of you. Acknowledge that it is you. Acknowledge that it's something in you, but it doesn't define you in the future. It def- you know, it's something that you carried along when you were growing up because it was taught to you by your parents or your caretaker or your lola, kapitbahay, whoever this influencer is in your life, but it doesn't define your future. You can make the change if you want to. It is possible when you start acknowledging it. And as you acknowledge, you take action. And action means creating a response, creating a system of response that allows you to be positive in the way that you speak, in the way that you behave, and the way that you see the world around you. So this process, if you go through this, it takes time to master. But if you are in this space right now where you are needing help or you're needing support, let us know. Message us here at Life Coach Philippines. Message me. I'm gonna share to you my information, but you can contact me at 0917-569-4200. Let's have a conversation. Let me help you out manage it because sometimes this anger is really the ones that's giving us living us a dissatisfied life. It's removing the satisfaction at the things that we do. It's removing you know the positive experience that we have because we only remember the negatives, and that can take a lot of toll in the way that we think about ourselves and the way that we think about other people. And as men, I think that as men we always want to be able to just enjoy the life that we're living, be able to enjoy our relationship, be able to enjoy the present moment. But because of the stresses and the pressures that's been given to us and the expectations of the society and the stereotyping, it's limiting our ability to respond in a positive way. Benjamin Franklin said that, tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I learn. For the past 3.5 years, I've been learning. I've been learning, I'm involving myself in different classes. I've invested myself in a life coaching program. I've invested myself in a certification program, and it has allowed me to be involved in something much bigger than myself. And the more that we get involved, the more that we're able to learn a lot of different things from a lot of different people. And we're able to understand more about why our emotions are like this, why are our thinking like this, and why are our families and the behaviors that we have is seen in the next generation. And when you learn, you can start making the necessary change for you to be better, for your children to be better, for their children's life to have a better life than you do. Because I believe that the seeds that we're planting today and the things that we're doing right now, our children and their children's children will reap that. Because our time here is done already. Our parents and our grandparents already planted the seed. And we can start making that change. We can start helping our children not go through the same experience as men do. And we can start changing that and building that so that they respond better. I hope you're able to learn something out of this. If you have any questions, feel free to message us. If you have some wisdom and nuggets in there, share that in the chat box. Get your hashtag pack my bag moments in there. Put that in the comment. Let's bless other people. And if you're looking for more learning sessions, I would like to invite you for a learning session this week. Life Purpose Quest coaching workshop with Coach Rizal. That's going to be tonight. It's going to be a private class at 7:30 p.m. If you're looking for understanding your life purpose, message us here at Life Coach Philippines and we'll be happy to help you out and share with you the link. This is 100% free. Take advantage of this. If you're someone who's looking for life purpose, if you want clarity in your life purpose, have a go and join Coach Rizal later at 7:30. And also, if you're free this coming Saturday, Master Coach Jasmine will talk about the life coaching immersion class that's going to be happening on February 5th. That's going to be on a Saturday at 7:30 p.m. This is also a free class if you are wanting to have more learning and understanding of where you're at as far as your life is concerned. Want to understand more about life coaching and how you can utilize this in your day-to-day activities, feel free to join us. The link is in, we can share this to you. Just message us here at Life Coach Philippines. And if you need any help and support, you can message us here or you can contact me at 0917-569-4200. Let me help you find that missing piece in your life, fill that void in your life. I tell you, if you're able to do that, you're able to live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. As I end this conversation, let me invite you to be part of what we are doing as an organization of professional certified life coaches. If you are not yet a smart holder of the Be Learning e-card and you're still missing on the perks that we enjoy, today is the best time for you to take action. Please connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661 to join the Be Learning Society. It's a tent maker of the Be Learning homes for mental fitness. And what you will get out of this is you will get to enjoy the food, 5% food and beverage discount from D Cup Cup Republic. You will also get a masterclass, mental model masterclass by Master Coach A happening every fourth Saturday of the month. Plus the benefit of a 90-minute free coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. And if you ask what mental model is the way that you think about things. It's the way that you see things. It's the way that you process situations, the way that you process the world, the way that you see things. And the more that you're able to understand your mental model, the better it is for you to respond in a positive way. So please say the date. That's going to be on February 26th. I don't have that in my slide. It's February 26th at 7 p.m. for our next mental model masterclass. That's going to be happening as Master Coach A will teach about the productivity mental model. And for more information, please let us know. Message us here. Message Coach Rizal at 0917-586-1661. And also for those of you who intend on coming on the journey of becoming a certified life coach, Master Coach A is now offering the Co-Actively Co-Create Life Coach Certification Program. This is a CPD accredited unit with 40 CPD credit points. And CPD is all about learning new things or refreshing your knowledge and doing new things which makes CC's Life Coach Certification Program the perfect track for continuing professional development. And life coaching is the 21st century learning experience that is empowering professionals to enhance their skills in multiple domains and thereby increasing their relevance in this increasingly complex workplace. What you will get out of this, if you take about advantage, it will include a web-based learning, a 3-day live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A, and a 3-day live business bootcamp with senior coaching team. So if you are wanting to monetize this profession, it is possible. We'll help you already. The program package also comes with any other bonuses, and one of the bonus there is a done for you coaching program already. You can start offering that after you graduate. So think about that. It's value for money. So please connect with Coach Giselle, 0917-586-1661 to discover opportunities waiting for you in this profession. All right? Thank you very much for joining me. Maraming salamat. I hope you were able to get some wisdom and nuggets in here. Do join us again for another coaching conversation tomorrow with Coach Marife for coaching for fitness and nutrition. And later, join. Let me just check. It's gonna be coaching with ang Caged Life with Coach Glacy. So Coach Glacy pala for tomorrow. Yun yung sinasabi ko is Saturday, it's Monday. Coach Glacy for a Caged Life at 10 a.m. tomorrow, and coaching for single living with Coach Mao at 2 p.m. and coaching for mental fitness with Coach Candy at 4 p.m. So tune in. Coaching Ting Talk happens every single day at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 4 p.m. So have some learning in there. Get some some wisdom and nuggets in there. Get some learning as you continue along and really find out what you really want, and also support you as your journey along. All right. Once again, this is Life Coach Shaun Joya from Life Coach Philippines for Coaching Think Talk. Coaches like us think and talk like this, and this is us from the Philippines. Marami po salamat for joining me. Love, bam, boom. Love, bam, boom. I'll see you again soon. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag-and-drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag-and-drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.